This week, Main Sequence is releasing version 2.3 of our popular PCR Capture extension for Google Chrome. PCR Capture cuts your data entry time by extracting contact information from supported websites. In addition to the usual bug fixes and speed improvements, here are some of the key workflow enhancements in this update. Let's turn on Advanced Mode from the options for the plugin. While we're here, we'll set Capture to pick up the contact's company info as parsed from the page we're on. You may notice that the roll-up option isn't here anymore. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, let's capture a record. You'll notice that the PCR Capture notification now appears higher on the screen to avoid interfering with chat interfaces or other bottom-right content. You'll also find a new icon at the corner of the pop-up that shows a green plus if there are no obvious matches for this record already in your database. If the icon is red, the number on it shows how many highly likely matches there are in your PCR database, based on fields like social network ID, city and state, name, and email. In this case, the system sees 2 good matches. Clicking on the pop-up takes us to the Select Record panel. Capture version 2.3 includes 4 color-coded face icons to indicate how certain the system is that the record you're importing is already on file. The number 2 we saw a moment ago corresponds to these 2 green faces. The deep green grin indicates a sure thing, with an exact match on the social ID and other key fields. The second green smile is for another record that is also very likely to be this contact. In this case, the last name and location are identical, and the first name matches a common nickname, but the social network info isn't on the record, making it not quite as solid as the first one in the list. The orange icon suggests a reasonable match possibility with the same location and last name, but there's an O at the end of the first name, which could be a data entry mistake or a completely different person. This last one gets a red indicator because while the name and city are an exact match, the state and email address are totally different. We'll select this top record as the one we want to go with and click Next. On this screen, version 2.3 includes a new option for keeping the existing record with the company it already belongs to. In this case, the record is associated with the talent pool. We could also create a company based on the data from the page, or move the contact into this existing company which appears to be a match. We can also search for a different company by name. We'll keep this record with the current company and choose Next again. The big change you'll see on the Review Data panel is that Rollup is now an on-the-fly selection when you're working in the advanced mode. This can be very helpful when you're sourcing a lot of contacts for the same type of role and want to group them together in the system. Once a rollup has been selected here, Capture will remember it until you select another. You can also link the captured record to a pipeline for a job. Just search for the position by name or ID. You may also notice that country is now displayed on this screen. This goes hand in hand with PCR Capture 2.3's improved ability to recognize names from around the world. And lastly, we've added a minimize icon at the top, which will collapse the PCR Capture panel temporarily to give you more room. More updates to PC Recruiter are coming soon, so be sure to follow us on Twitter or Facebook, join our LinkedIn users group, or watch the banner notifications inside of PCR and on your login screen.